Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher, and I have a question for you. Not that don't ever have questions for you. I have questions pretty regular. First of all, thank you for tuning into this platform, my channel. Uh, are you a slave in or under this system, and you just don't know it? Are you a slave in this system, the system of government that we live in, if you will, and you just don't know it? Do you believe that you are free, truly free, not a semblance of freedom or something that appears to be freedom? Are you actually free? Do you even know what freedom is? Let me tell you something. If you don't know this, and if you do know it, just keep it to yourself. It's good that you do know it. And that is, we, all of us, humanity, was born free, sovereign. Note that I did not say sovereign citizens. That's a movement that the government has been targeting these anti-government people. And I'm not espousing to be anti-government, albeit I do know how the government operates. And I'm against certain things as it relates to government, as you should be also. So, I'm sovereign, which means that I have the ability to take care of my own affairs, and I have a free mind. I'm a free thinking human being, a sentient being, someone who's a living, breathing man. And I hope that you feel that way about yourself as a man or a woman, those of you that are watching this right now. But are you free? Or have you allowed someone to indoctrinate you and take your natural freedom away and insert their own doctrine? Please absorb what I'm going to say to you. I'm going to throw some things at you, and I'm sure you're going to have some words to say, some feedback. Some of you may become a little incensed, but it's okay. Anytime you challenge someone's narrative or challenge someone's belief system, and I'm not doing it directly, I'm just giving you something to think about. But here we go. Why do we pay for water when in nature water is free? Before I continue, let me say this. This video can be a couple hours long. I'm trying not to do that. And I could go on with a longer list than the one that I'm about to present to you. And I'm not going to do that. There may be a part two. If you desire that it be a part two and me add something else, maybe I'll do that. But as it stands right now, this is it. So, why do we pay for water when water is free? Did you not know that the water that we drink, the water that we consume, the water that we use for bathing, for washing houses, cars, and cleaning your home and washing your clothes and so on and so forth, is the same water that's been here since the beginning of time? There's no such thing as new water. It's the same water that has been here for millions of years on this planet. How could you create more water? The water is just in the form of ice in some regions of the world. Water is in wells, lakes, rivers, streams, and so forth. It evaporates to the sky oftentimes and comes down in the form of rain. It's the same water. Just cutting to the chase, it's the same water. So if animals can drink water in nature, they don't pay for it, but we do. Think about it. The next one, why do we need a license to fish when fish are a natural source of food? Again, animals in nature eat fish out of the wild. Do they pay for it? Then why do human beings? Why do we? I understand convenience. I understand there are people that go out on fishing boats and so forth, and they bring it to the markets, and it's easy for you to drive to the market as opposed to you go fish for it. I do understand that. I comprehend that. But do you have to do that? And I continue. Why do we have to pay for a marriage license? Hello? I'm sure many people out there that have gotten legally married had to pay for a license. Who are you paying and why are you paying it? Did you not know that marriage is a contract? A marriage license is a contract between you and another individual. So why does some third party have to intervene in your personal life? Why can't we just pick the person we love and say, I want to be with you for the rest of my life? Why do I have to go through a ceremony somewhere and sign a piece of paper saying that I belong to you and you belong to me? The answer is somebody's getting paid, and it's not you. Okay, think about it. The next one, why do we have to pay for a business license? I'm curious. Do you know? Someone's getting paid. That's not you. So let me tag this on there, this footnote. Why is it that the so-called community that you live in, you can't have a garage sale, you can't have a lemonade stand, and you cannot have a yard sale without being placed under a microscope, and someone from the county, from the city comes by and see that you are not paying taxes on whatever it is, or that you did not get permission to sell from your own home? Now, I know people do it. People have yard sales all the time. Oftentimes on a Sunday, on the weekend, they have yard sales. And they may not be bothered that much, but did you not know, technically, as they say, you're supposed to be reporting that income? Why does some outside entity or source have to be involved in your private, personal life? Think about it. Why do we have to pay property tax after we have already paid for our home and we own it? If you own the home, what does ownership mean? With some stipulations. So if I have a house and I paid for it for 20 years, let's say, and it's paid off, shouldn't it just be mine? Shouldn't the property or the land that it sits on just be mine? It used to be that way thousands of years ago. In some countries today, when you buy a home, that's your home until the day you die. Nobody, no governmental institution or some governmental entity comes in and says, well, you got to pay us the taxes on that. What's the taxes for? Who does it go to? Think about it. If we have freedom of speech, then why are we still censored when we speak truth to power? Those of you out there that are conscious minded, understand this. If you are free, as long as you're not harming anyone, as long as you're not threatening physical violence to someone, you should be able to say anything that you want to. Hello? But because there are people who have their own narrative, their own agendas that are in high places, so to speak, when you say the wrong thing, they censor you. They stop you from speaking. They intervene with the police even, because you're not saying what they want you to talk about if it doesn't fit their narrative. And that's on social media as well. And you know the social media sites. And I'll leave it at that. Why is the prison industrial system a business and not a place of rehabilitation? You know they make money off of prisoners, don't you? You know corporations, major corporations, have their products made in prisons, and the prisoners get little to nothing for it. Is that a form of slavery? Okay? Did you not know that America has more prisons and people incarcerated than any other nation? Think about it. But we're free, right? But we're not slaves, right? Okay. Why are U.S. military veterans as a whole, given substandard consideration, medical care, and housing? Veterans shouldn't have to want for anything. Now, the Bible says that the poor will be with you always, but there are some situations that the government has control over. And if you have these people serve in the military and these branches of service, they need to be given the best of care once they retire once they've completed their term of service. But we don't see that if you look around. You see a whole lot of homeless veterans. You see a whole lot of veterans that don't get proper medical care. I know VA does exist, and I commend VA, Veterans Administration, for all of the good things that they do for our veterans. But they could do more. The government could do more. And if you're a veteran, I'm sure that you can probably speak true to this as well. You can attest to this. Now, listen to this. If the government really cares about the people's health, then why does it allow food manufacturers to put harmful toxic chemicals in our food products? If it cares. Why are there ingredients in the food in the grocery stores, ladies and gentlemen? Hello? Did you not know that real food coming right from God's trees, the ground, the plants, the orchards, wherever, anything that comes from the earth is natural? It has no ingredient. It comes just like it came from nature. The reason that they add the chemicals to these food products, if you will, in the grocery stores, the food manufacturers do this, is to appeal to your taste, is to get you addicted to the food, and also to keep it on the shelf for a longer period of time so they can sell more of it. And they could care less about the side effects of the chemicals that they are instilling and are putting in our foods to keep them on the shelf and to keep you addicted to them, such as sugar, high fructose corn syrup, salt, fat, flavoring, and what have you. You're not supposed to have ingredients in real food if you're going to be healthy. But did you not know all of the things, the aforementioned things that I just said, talked about, eventually they cause a decline in our health. And then we end up at the doctor. Pharmaceutical drugs. It's going to be the follow-up, right? But we're supposed to be a free country. We're supposed to be a caring country. We're supposed to be a country that takes care of its people. But do we really? It's really about haves and have-nots. Think about it. The last one that I have on this list, and as I said, I could go on, but the last one that I have on this list, why does the government create thousands of laws to make profit from and ignore God's foundational laws? Did you not know that laws are made to stop people from infringing upon the rights and hurting other people? Those are real laws. If I throw a piece of paper on the ground, and I don't do that, but if I throw a piece of paper on the ground and the police officer sees that, they can cite me or give me a ticket. Who have I hurt? Who have you hurt? And it's wrong to do that. Don't get me wrong. It is wrong to do that. That's ornery. That's ignorant. That's even stupid. But I'm saying that's an example of a law. But if I'm sitting at a stop sign in my vehicle and there's no one coming, and slash the sitting part, I said stop sign. But if there's no one coming and I ease through that stop sign, and all of a sudden there's a camera that's mounted somewhere, and I get my license plate read, and I get a letter and a summons and or citation in the mail that's saying that I broke the law, and they send me this ticket, I say, that I have to pay now. What am I paying for? That's a law. And if I have to go to court, why do I have to pay a court cost? Who does that go to? So what I'm saying to you in essence, without me going through a whole laundry list of things, why does the system, our government, make laws that are not real laws in the first place, but they're making the laws to make money or profit from us, the people? That's what they're doing. God, in the book of Exodus, chapter 20, told us what the laws were. And that's the foundation of every law. And we do operate under some of those laws. Thou shalt not kill. You're not supposed to arbitrarily walk up to someone and cut their throat or shoot them to death. You follow? That's man's law too, because that's God's law. You're not supposed to steal. That's in God's 10 Commandments as well. And we're not supposed to steal, are we? But the government does it all the time. But anyway, that's another subject. So we're not supposed to steal. So that's a law of man, God's law, right? You're not supposed to commit adultery according to God's law. Men commit adultery as well, right? And that's sort of a law in America and other countries even. But where does... Hold on one second, Carl. Where does these other thousands of laws come from that man has made? They don't really exist, only on paper and in the book. Man makes all of these other laws so that they can profit from man and to make themselves wealthier and more powerful. Did you know that? There's no such thing as 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 laws that's on the book that's applicable to us, but we do operate under that type of system. The system that we have is that slavery, or is that following God? You tell me what the difference is. So I have to leave you right now. Please weigh in. Please give me your viewpoint of this video and the information. And it goes deeper than that. I'm not going to go in a much deeper explanation of the things that I already mentioned to you. I just want to get you to think about the things. Now, of course, there's going to be trolls. I'm going to ignore you, and I'm going to kick you off when I see you. It's that simple. But all of those who do care about your freedom, who care about your life and your future and that of your families as well, please take heed. Please think about it. And support this channel if you would. Have a blessed day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. This is Brother Teacher. I'm out.